Alright, this feels like straight criminal how yummy these are. Hi, welcome. My name is Marlene. I put my first order in with Terra Moons Cosmetics, and I have a bunch of single shadows to play with. A bunch of their lip products here. These ones I'm really excited about. I did put this one on yesterday, and oh my gosh, it's delicious. I kind of want to do like a little compilation of putting one of these on at a time on my eyelids and just wearing them out, just so you can see what the shadows on their own look like, because I think it is important that they be worn on their own just to get like the full experience of this. I'm gonna put this one on tonight when I get home from work and I take off the rest of my makeup, because this one is called Saturn's Aurora. It's got this pretty purple shift, but then when you turn it this way, it's got this kind of like molten metal type grayish look. And when I wore this, I wore it on top of some Blend Bunny shadows, and all I got was gray. But it was like a dusty gray, so I want to give this one its fair shot. But I'll include footage of the look I did and then what this one looks on its own, so we can get this one out of the way. But this one is Saturn's Aurora. And I also did get creasing, but I didn't use my usual eye primer, which is the Sigma eyeshadow primer in the color Ignite, which I guess I'll put on right now. Yesterday I used the Urban Decay primer potion, the original one, and it was a very hot day, but I got a lot of creasing, so I want to go with Tried and True, which is this one, and we're gonna do a little pink strawberry type look today. They were nice enough to send out one of their unreleased shades. The shade comes out tomorrow as part of their Space Candy collection. It looks so scrumptious and delicious. And they do have a 30% off sale right now. I'll include the code. Not affiliated, I'm just sharing my honest opinion here with you guys. But the one unreleased shade that they provided, just so you see, they come in these cute little packages. You will need to purchase a little empty palette to put these in. And then it's got this little sleeve that protects the shadow. And this is their Strawberry Nova from the Space Candy collection. It's very soft. It has a little bit of a gold shift to it. As you can see, it has a bit of a gold shift to it. It is a very, very soft formula. And I want to pair this one along with these two matte shadows that I have from Terra Moons as well. This one is called Rose Orbit, and then this one is called Twilight Bloom. I really have been enjoying reading the names on these because they're just all cool and spacey. One of my favorite things to do is to go on night drives, just so I can go find a really dark area where I can see stars. That's like one of my favorite things to do. But Twilight Bloom, let's swatch her out. This one's, oof, also very, very soft. Yeah, this one's super soft. Oh man. I have a feeling these will crease on me, but we'll see. I'm gonna give them their fair shot. But this is Twilight Bloom. And then to give it a little darkness, I'm going to use Rose Water. And then I wanted to compare these other pink ones, these pink shimmery shades, to the Strawberry Supernova. Because this one here is very similar. If you were looking at it on the website, you might be like, oh, it's almost the same. But this one has more gold shift to it. Like, the shift is more obvious. See, it has a little bit more of a shift. Heart Nebula. And then this is Strawberry Supernova. There you can really see both of the gold reflex in them. But I feel like this one's a lot more brighter. let's swatch Heart Nebula next to the Strawberry Supernova. So this is Strawberry Supernova, and then this is Heart Nebula. And then we'll do the other two. Ooh, this one's pretty. This one's called UFO. Very purpley. And that's what it looks swatched up. This one so far is winning my heart right now. I'm a sucker for purple. And the name of it is just freaking awesome. And then this one is GJ504B. I'm sure it's probably the name of a star, but oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, look at that shine. Oh my gosh, it looks like a foil. And then it has that like goldenness to it. Almost kind of green. I see a little bit of green in there. Oh my goodness. No, this is illegal. It's very, very soft. So it's like crumbling in the pan. But that is GJ504B. All of these are just super yummy. But let's start putting stuff on. I have to go to work. I was a little nervous about wearing kind of like a full makeup yesterday because I had like an orientation, and the girl sitting next to me was like, oh my goodness, I love your blush. And I was like, thank you. I thought it was too much. And she's like, it can never be too much. And like, I was wearing this Singe Beauty blush in the color Pretentious Plum. I'm gonna throw this one on too, but anyways, enough chatting. Just put some eyeshadow on your freaking lids, right? Let's get to it. So eyelids are already primed. I'm going to put Twilight Bloom. Oh, we might have an issue here. So I recently did a video with the Bella Beauté Bar Yin and Yang palette, and it was just dusty, and it was very unpleasant to play with. And then these, all of them so far, are like super soft to dive into, and I'm not particularly a fan of these very soft eyeshadows that just crumble, because I feel like I lose so much product just in the dusting of it. But these are applying very nicely. The Bella Beauté Bar ones were taking a bit of time to build up. These are staying very nicely on the eyelids. It is going to be 100 degrees here today, so oh no, I already put a little bit of shimmer in the inner corner there. I think it was Heart Nebula, but we'll make it work. But yeah, so gonna be very hot today, so I'm expecting these to maybe crease, and hopefully tomorrow it's a little cooler. It's gonna be like 10 degrees cooler, but it'll be something. I want to give these a fair shot because I love the concept. I love that everything is space themed, and like you can really kind of imagine a lot of these colors being like what you would see out there in outer space, at least from the pictures that you see by like NASA. You'll see these beautiful galaxy clusters that are just like all these unreal colors, and I feel like that's theming behind this brand. If I find little blurbs about what inspired the brand and the company and the owner and stuff, I think they are female owned and Latina owned. Super cool. All right, and that is Twilight Bloom. It's actually not too bad. It does press back down if you tap into it, and it doesn't make too much of a mess. Like, at least this one's kind of like a moist kind of powder versus where the Bella Beauté bars were like a dry dust that just wasn't gonna pack back down together. These I can at least push back into each other and it'll stay. I know I'm really bashing them right now. I love Bella Beauté bar. That was just like hopefully a one-time thing. But yeah, these are so far very beautiful. I did bring a little bit of that down, but let's darken it up a bit and use Rosewater Orbit to darken out the outer edges. This one too is same. It's like kind of powdery. And I just noticed that this one's kind of a bit more bubbly gum pink, and it turned out to be a little more darker on my eyelids. I would love to try this with like a lighter base on my eyes, just to see if I can get it to come out this color, like a white eye primer or something like that, because this would be like ideal, a little bubblegum pink. But anyways, going forward, let's put this guy on. Miss Rosewater Orbit. Alright, let's put Miss Strawberry Supernova. The shade from their New Moon Candy collection. I'm going to put this one on the inner corner. That is Strawberry Supernova there on the inner corner. We'll do this guy in the middle. Miss GJ504B. I think this one I need to pick up with my fingers. Oh my gosh, I can't with this color. I can't with this color. I can't. It's too much. Girl, I can't. I can't. Like, this is... Oh my gosh. This is so freaking cool. This freaking color. Oh my goodness. I'm so giddy. GJ504B, you're a mouthful, but my freaking goodness. Oh my god. This has my heart right now. Okay. Hold it together. Then we're gonna put UFO on the outside. And I promise I'll do these like one at a time on the eyeshadow, on the eyelid, just so you can get like a look of what these would look like on their own versus on top of an eyeshadow. But I just really needed to get these out of my system. UFO. This formula feels a little bit closer to that, where did she go? It feels closer to the formula in Saturn's Aurora, this one that I said I've played with and I wasn't really too pleased, and it creased and stuff like that. So I'll see how this one behaves, but the formula feels very, very similar. That is UFO. I'm gonna do UFO underneath too. And then this very last shade that I haven't used yet, Heart Nebula. I'm gonna put it in the middle here. And that is Heart Nebula right here. Alright, I'm gonna clean this up and we'll come back for just a quick giddy recap. Alright, this feels like straight criminal how yummy these are. Let's do some blush. I want to show you this one, the Pretentious Plum. These ones are really pretty. The first time I used them, I think I used them wrong. I didn't blend them out enough, and they kind of and my foundation I think was like a little wet, so they just kind of caked into my pores. But these ones are very pretty in the sense that they have this like really gorgeous sheen. It's not a glittery sheen, it's just like a beautiful satiny sheen. And they're very, very pigmented. Very pigmented. You don't need a lot, but you just gotta make sure to blend properly. And like I have mentioned before, I started this channel not knowing how to use makeup, so a lot of the stuff I'm learning along the way, and some of the applications and like the failures I might have with makeup might be like self-induced, but I really needed an excuse to play with makeup, and I wasn't allowed to play with makeup growing up as a kid, so this was kind of like my like just freaking do it, throw yourself into the fire and freaking learn. And it's been very fun, and it's been the little things that like I'll pick up, like, you know, just learning how to use certain things to make them work for me. They make me really excited when I do figure them out. So it's just been an overall fun process and a fun journey. So if you're like me and you started a little late, or you're a little nervous to do a bold look, just go for it. You won't regret it. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, this is, I can obviously build this up a lot more, but I'm not going to. Is my application perfect? Probably not, but am I having fun? And is this gorgeous? Yes. So Pretentious Plum. And I'll show you the final look in like sunlight. Obviously it's 100 degrees here, the sun is out and shining, so we'll look at that. But let's swatch some of these lip glosses. Start with the lightest one. This one is called Eclipsing. Woo. These are thick, by the way, but let's put Eclipsing here. It's like a rainbow sparkle in there. And these smell delicious. They smell like desserts. And I think this is a very wearable sparkle. Like if you were to wear this out in public, you can't really tell until the light hits it at certain angles. This is gorgeous. Already love. And that scent is making me super hungry. I'm trying to see. It almost smells like a really fresh strawberry. Not like too artificially. I'll look up what the official scent on these are, but that is yum. Now this one is called Shadowberry. It's not a sparkly gloss, it's just a gloss, but as you can see, these guys are thickums, thick. Let's put it right here. Ooh, yum. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Also smells delicious. I had some Cinnaholic. I like the original one was over here in Berkeley nearby me, but I know since they've become a chain store. And I recently had one that they call the berry roll. It had like strawberries and like sprinkles. I forgot what flavor the frosting is, but it's reminding me of this scent. Okay. I have no words. Shadowberry. And it's so comfortable. And it smells so good. So, Shadowberry. I haven't had this much fun with makeup in a little bit. Thank you, Terra Moons. And we're going to do this one I wore yesterday. It's called Valkyrie. Has like a blue sparkle and kind of like a reddish plummy kind of color. Let's see. Let's swatch it out. I didn't actually swatch it out on my hand, but oh my goodness. This one is a little bold. You would have to be careful with this one wearing it out because it can show very blue. And I did wear this out, and then I took it off right before I went into the orientation because I was like, I can't do that much. And it was people from different departments, and I was the only one there representing the bridges, so I didn't want them to have that one thing be the impression of the people who work at the bridges. Unreal. That one's Valkyrie. And then this one is called Primal Galaxy. It's like a red with like yellowy green sparkles. Kind of reminds me of a rose. This one's super pretty too. And I also feel like this one is very wearable. It's not like too much on the sparkle. Primal Galaxy. And then, ooh, this one. Fractal Abyss. Only way I can describe this is like if you were to imagine a night sky that's a little bit on the purpley side. It's got a little bit of like golden green. Oh my gosh. Let me shear it out a little. Okay, so it looks like it's a almost black base. I was hoping more of that purple would come out. Then I have one more, and it is called Venetian Velvet. No sparkle in this one either. Yeah, all of these are super freaking fun. There's not a single one that I was like, I can give and take. All of these are so gorgeous. And let's see, I'm just gonna go in with the clear gloss to finish up the look, and then we'll come back with final thoughts, but I think you already know what my final thoughts are here. I'm using this Bella Beauté Bar lip liner. I do have a little scar right here, so lip liner's not looking too even, and then I can't even tell you the name of this one. It's just the Dream Lip Pencil. And I think these ones, the first batch, they forgot to print the names of the colors, but I think now they come with the color name printed on them. And we're going in with Papa Eclipse. I'm gonna put this on mostly with my finger because I don't want to stain the little applicator too much. Ooh. Yum. Alright, that's my finished look. Final thoughts. I'll let you know how these wear and if they don't crease. Like I said, it's 100-degree weather day here, 100-degree Fahrenheit. My apologies. But yeah, I'm hoping these don't crease too much, and then I'll include footage at the end of that one eyeshadow that creased on me and that we're going to swatch on its own. This guy here, Saturn's Aurora, and the color that and I'll include the look and then this on its own. But right now, initial thoughts. I am obsessed, especially with this one. It is flaky, it is soft, but it is beautiful. The mattes are a little powdery, but like I said, they're a little on the like more moisture side. I know that sounds weird, but like it's more like they're soft and they can get pressed back in easily. They're not like a dry, powdery kind of, you know, dusty in here. Except this one, like I felt like it was gonna be more bubblegummy pink, like it's on here, but that could be just the wrong base that I used. And then all these lip glosses are super fun. Wear wise, I'm not too sure yet. They are kind of like bleeding out into here, so I would just like go minimal with it so you don't have that separating too much, but I'll report back on how these wear and a follow-up video when we play with more Terra Moons. I'm excited. It's kind of criminal how delicious these products are, but thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye. Alright, check in for the shadows. I have been wearing them 8 hours. There is some slight creasing, which I kind of expect for my really hooded eyelids. You can see like that crease really disappears, but it's not too bad. Like I said, the shadows are very soft, so I kind of expect it from that. I'm gonna try, I think I have the Bella Beauty bar like glimmer grasp or something like that it's called, and other just bases to see if I can get less creasing from it, but I don't think it looks too bad. I know my face looks a mess. I barely put any skin tint or whatever on it. Like I said, it has been a very hot day, but yeah, so far loving these Terra Moons shadows, especially because of just how pretty they are. But yes, we'll continue to swatch more of the singles that I have and see how they perform.